Welcome back. The Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. As the world loads in, we are going to start marching towards the sunlit wetlands for the 16th time for me. I've had some issues getting this episode recorded because I don't quite understand what's going on with my recording software. I think I've got it ironed out, and hopefully this is the take. I will be switching out my characters as we go through this to maximize inspiration and approval.
Enough! We know you have her.
Please, we just want Mayrina back.
Lads, for the love of all that is holy, I've never clapped eyes on your poor sister.
Drop the act, hag. You was the last to see Mayrina.
Just let her go. Please.
Thank goodness you're here, sweetie. I don't know what's come over these boys.
Auntie Ethel's face creases with false concern. You realize she's lying about seeing this girl, Mayrina.
Stop this! We won't ask again!
While the dialogue options are inconsequential, they actually do lead to different outcomes. I'll be including my spreadsheet notes on this whole exchange at the end of this episode, so you know what happens behind the scenes as I plan out, script out, and record each episode. How about you all just calm down? What's going on here?
Careful! Don't trust a word out of her mouth. Our sister went to the hag, and we ain't seen her since.
Hand over heart, I don't know their sister. I will gladly help you all look for her, though.
Enough! Where is she?
Ethel, what did you do to their sister?
Bollocks! You were supposed to rush to my defense, love. Fat lot of good you are. Some advice? You ever darken my door, you'd best have that head bowed and an apology at the ready. Bye-bye now.
Bloody hells. She just disappeared. Ain't seen nothing like that before.
She could shoot fireworks out of her backside for all I care. The hag has Rena!
Will someone please tell me what's going on?
It's our sister, Mayrina. She was in a bad way after her husband died.
Started saying weird things, like how she was gonna bring him back.
Next thing, she's gone looking for the hag. Of all the stupid things to do. And we haven't seen her since. And no good ever came from dealing with a hag.
None of this matters, all right? We need to get her back, and fast!
You're on your own. I have enough problems.
And we've no need of a mouthy bastard. Come on, Demir. We'll make our own way.
You can try to follow them, but as you cross this line here, you end up in a cutscene regarding the sunlit wetlands themselves. I really like how the graphical change happens about the wetlands.
Chill runs up your spine. You feel like you're being watched.
Draw on my pack to empower my sight.
You blink and the wilderness changes. A swamp, stinking and insidious, assaults your senses.
The landscape itself is actually the same, but it does a lot by adding a couple bones, removing little flowers, and most importantly, the fog itself.
This place is trapped.
You'll want to kind of stay in the middle of each pathway to avoid spike traps.
A diminutive creature sporting a red hat glares at you. You recognize the Redcap, a fey creature known for its bloodlust. That noise. Is the creature pretending to be a sheep?
You can do this once more for approval.
Again? This creature doesn't realize you can see its true form.
Watch out for clicking on these. If you do, you'll end up... on the skeleton. You'll end up having to roll for a sleight of hand check, and if you fail that, you'll start having an open wound for 10 turns. If you fail the saving throw for your open wound, you'll become rotting. Which sounds horrible, but is really nothing more than a status debuff and maybe a dice disadvantage. Before battle begins, I'll show you a clip from take number 6 when the video was not recording properly. Why was that not a surprise attack? That was full stealth. I don't even get it. I don't, whatever. Good one, Gale. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin battle. Hopefully this time I get a surprise round.
I am fury. I am death.
Oh, I forget. When they climb a ladder, they phase right through me. Unfortunately, he dashed anyways. By holding shift, I can actually manually stand on this corpse. Fortunately, I can't queue up Polearm Clout even if I go to common. Yeah, common, and then select Polearm Clout. Drag it to custom. I tried having this as 2, but every time Polearm Clout disappears from my menu, which is basically at the end of every round, it no longer stays in custom. Otherwise, I'd just be tapping 2. 1 for main swing, and then 2 afterwards. No more bad for you. We moved from down here. Remember to stay in the middle of the road, otherwise you stand a chance of taking open wounds. Normally you'd find the brothers dead here and here. Over in this direction is more fun stuff, but we will deal with that later. I wanted to show you the safe way to get to everything that you need to, as well as a buried treasure, which isn't that good of a treasure anyways.
That's curious.
But it's here nonetheless. Then as our characters run to the next area, I'm going to click here first. They're going to run over here. We started here is where the first fruit basket was. There are poisoned apples inside. And then you run down here. This is where we fought the Redcaps. Then we went over here to dig up the treasure. The reason why I said you want to stop at the canoe is if you tell your characters to run past it, they're gonna typically run through this water and then get hit by the spike traps. Or on this one, if you click further ahead. Now, even if you detect the spike trap, this is where we started. Even if you detect the spike trap, your AI is fully capable of walking into it. This area is entirely full of poisoned fruit, spike traps, trees that cut you open. It's not exactly the most hospitable place.
Indolence breeds madness. Indolence breeds madness.
At the end of this episode, I'll show you my 9th take when I screwed up the fire shield.
What path lies before me?
Now, I don't know if I can get surprise attacks using Eldritch Blast, so I don't know. Now, because his dexterity is low, his initiative is not great, and so many of the enemies will actually no longer be surprised. Let's drop a friend back here. And that'll take his concentration. I don't want to necessarily kill this guy just yet. This battle here has 6 enemies in it, and a soldier's background can get the inspiration for defeating 10 enemies in a single battle.
Nothing important is ever easy.
So we'll wait for 4 summons to happen. Why is there no grease? Oh wow, the grease didn't really spread much of anywhere, did it? Okay. Oh, I poisoned my hand crossbows. Oh well. So these guys have regeneration as long as they're standing on twisted vines, which burn real easily, as you can see. I'm keeping them from regenerating by doing this. Not that they were even hurt in the first place, I'm just showing some stuff. The younger Mephites are, I don't know if I'm saying that right, are wetter, browner looking, whereas the ancient ones are crustier, paler looking. I'm not sure he summoned one. She hasn't moved at all. That's good. This means that she can sneak up on them.
Need to press onward.
Knight to King 5.
We're going to take a Fireball Scroll. Oh, that's a nice grouping right here. Can I get that last one? Not enough move. You need a move for that? Come on, dude. Alright, fine. I'll just go for these. Alright. No, I killed so many and lagged my computer so hard I don't see anything up here anymore. I need to wait for some more Mephits to appear, because I think I only killed 3. I need 4 young ones. Now we have visual. Yeah, there's always one up here.
I can't afford to fail. Step softly.
One can't always be a gentleman.
We have our other one, so now we're good to start killing them off. Oh, here's an extra one. Alright. We are currently using the Exterminator's Axe we got from the Duergar, which gives extra fire damage to plants. That's these little ants. And small insects and small creatures, which these are small. Apparently tiny, but I guess that also counts. Don't get any experience for killing the young Mephits.
No time to waste.
By now I'm 100% sure I've got 10 kills, so I think we can finish this battle. Thought I heard someone get hurt, but maybe not.
An odd tree. That note to Kagha mentioned something like this.
In this chest, you have the Sparkle Hands. Take a look at Conductive Strikes and Effective Transmitter. Conductive Strike requires that you be unarmed, and you get 2 lightning charges when you strike someone. Effective Transmitter says nothing of the sort, and I have tested it. You can still use the benefit of Effective Transmitter just using hand crossbows. It says here, when imbued with lightning charges, attacks against metal constructs and foes wearing metal armor gain advantage. So this could go on somebody. This could go on anybody, really. It could probably even go on Gale. Oh, and one of the woads, this one I believe, has a magic shield, which we'll go ahead and stick on Gale as well, to replace his current shield that is just normal. There's the crevice. Let's take a look at this letter.
Kagha, Uladon has sent word of your progress. I am pleased that the Rite of Thorns has begun. I depart soon from Cloakwood to Baldur's Gate. Should you need further aid from my circle, now is the time to ask. Once cloistered, the Emerald Grove will be the Shadow Druid's domain, and you, its first druid. In Faldorn's memory, Archdruid Alis.
15 XP. There is a chest over here, but let's see. Yeah, right there. It's way far out there. You have to walk through the water. It's not worth it, at least on my loot, which was generated when I probably spawned all the way in the beginning of the game. We will warp to the Riverside Tea House and continue from there. Over here is an NPC we want to talk to. Over to the right is an NPC we want to kill. Here is a well that you do not want to drink in if you plan on completing this area. We don't plan on completing it anytime immediately. We will eventually, but not right now. So let's go and take a drink.
A fetid smell assaults your nostrils. Dead flesh lies below. A great deal of it.
Bottoms up.
The warm rush of power flows through you. You feel stronger, faster, better.
Our Warlock would normally have 30 hit points, but we have plus 10 from a level 3 aid. Aid is normally level 2, and another plus 10 from Refreshed. The reason why I don't invite you to drink from this if you're going to complete this area is if you become hostile with the house owner, which is kind of part of completing the area, you get refreshed turned into nauseous, which is a bad thing.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for 2, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all. You'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young man.
You must have me mistaken for someone else.
I don't think I did, dearie. And frankly, you're thick for saying so. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door. But I think you and I could have a bit of fun together.
Sorry, lady, not interested.
Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again.
That Marina, where are her brothers?
My brothers, you saw them.
They stopped by to pass on their congratulations. Said they'll be waiting for you at home.
Oh, but why didn't they come in to see me?
All they left was a message, which I passed on, didn't I? Don't be stressing. And you, hush. Don't be upsetting the girl with such things.
Yeah, it's not worth my time. Forget I asked.
Smart move, sweetness. Besides, you should save your energy for that wriggler swimming in your brain juice. Fierce inconvenient, isn't it?
Are you saying you can remove it?
Quicker than you can say yes, Auntie. What do you say? Want me to take care of the little bugger?
I know a devil that's offered to remove it.
A devil? Spare me. Blathering windbags in love with the sound of their own voices. I'm the safer bet. Plus, you'll get to keep your soul.
How kind of you to look out for me, but I know that such things are rarely done for free. What's the real bargain here?
You're a sharp one. I am proposing a deal, but it's different from your little pact. You see, I prefer personal things. One of your pretty little peepers. I'll pluck it from your head, kiss it for luck, then back in it goes. Won't take but a moment. That is my price. Nothing more, nothing less.
You want one of my eyes. Why?
I'm afraid that's my business, Petal. It's nothing nefarious, though. I promise.
You said you'd put it back in my head. Would my sight be damaged?
A touch, but sure you've 2 eyes in your skull, don't you? No need to be precious.
Okay, before we accept this deal, we're going to go ahead and trade. She routinely has 3 elixirs of Hill Giant Strength, which is great. She's currently kind of likes me because I paid her a little bit of money earlier, so we can give her, we'll say, 500 even. We'll just donate that. Now she just loves me. The reason why I say you don't want this deal is it could hamper your efforts to get a better deal later on, and the deal that you get here will reduce your stats. And third, you won't be able to buy more elixirs of Hill Giant Strength. I'll show you the exact reduction, but I am going to accept it for the video only, just so you can see. Just know that moving forward past this point, we won't have this deal.
Glorious. One moment. Auntie needs her real nails for this.
By the way, you can do this to pretty much any character except for Will. Almost everything allows you to use anybody. You could just do this to Gale if you wanted. He's our whipping boy, in case you haven't figured that out.
Much better. That human skin is fierce restrictive.
Cute. Am I supposed to be impressed?
Well, yes. I should bloody think so. Not many get to see a hag in all her glory. Consider yourself blessed. Now choose, which eye will it be? Right or left?
As far as I know, and I've only played up to this point in the game really, it doesn't make any difference left or right eye. There's another eye exchange you can do later on, and it still doesn't matter in that case. I've tried going to the other eye exchange first and then Aunt Ethel. I tried left and right eye first and then the other exchange merchant. Nothing has worked. I was not able to get 2 artificial eyes. If you're squeamish, look away now. We're just gonna go with the left eye because it's a default option.
Hold on to your knickers. This might sting a bit. No, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Ah, barely felt it actually.
Oh, you do make me laugh. No, unless you want tentacles for a tongue, stay absolutely still. I've removed one of these buggers before, but it's a touch tricky.
The parasite squirms at the hag's words. Pain builds behind your eye. You feel the creature writhe as it's dragged towards your ear. Then it bites back, burrowing even deeper into your brain.
God's damned wretched! You little shit! You didn't tell me it was Netherese. I'm not touching that!
Netherese?
Filthy shadow magic brings nothing but chains and misery. How could I have missed that stink? Like blood and piss congealing on my tongue. Someone's tampered with your parasite. That's likely why you've not turned yet.
What do you mean, tampered?
Bless us, you're as slow as a wet week. That thing has been touched by more than mind flayers. You're a dead soul walking. I can't help you.
What about my eye?
What about it? I held up my end of the bargain. It's not my fault the Wriggler's tainted by shadow magic. I want nothing to do with you or that scum in your brain.
Not your fault. This is just your way of saying you're not powerful enough.
I'd kill you for that. But why deny your Wriggler the pleasure? But let it not be said that Auntie Ethel doesn't honor her debts. Here, it's on you to fix yourself. Now get out!
It's tampered with. That complicates things.
Come now, Marina. Time to go. Bye-bye, Lovelace.
There's two conversations happening at once. Your character is talking about the tadpole, and then someone else chimes in. She's telling Marina it's time to go, and then they warp away.
Where has she gone, I wonder?
And then finally, if you bring Astarion in,
I can just walk into homes now. This gets better and better.
Breathe deep and move.
Ah, a fellow wanderer. Forgive the aroma.
You catch a waft of something foul, metallic, and sickly sweet.
Powdered iron vine. Most monsters will think twice before making a meal of me. An old hunter's trick. If you can't mask your scent, spoil it.
I prefer a weapon to a stench, thanks.
Sharp steel is not proof against all the monsters of this world, my friend. A sharp wit will serve you better if you're to bargain with the lady of this house. That is why you came to her lair, I take it. To bargain.
Not much of a bargain. She made an offer. I, refused.
Truly? Then you know what she is, what she can do. You're wise to walk away, but I cannot. The thing I hunt has gone to ground. If she can tell me how to flush him out, I'll pay whatever price she asks.
Who is it you're hunting?
Truth is like a blade, my friend. We can arm ourselves with it, or just as easily find it pressed against our throat. I would not put you in danger.
Your coyness is getting boring. Tell me. Paid the price gives me a +1, that's minuscule, bonus to intimidation. It's good. But it gives me a disadvantage on perception checks, which means that I roll 2 dice whenever doing perception, and the game takes the lowest one. That's going to be a bigger than 1 point of difference, so this is not good. That's why I suggest that you don't actually do this one.
You take insult where none is intended, my friend. But fine. I won't add to it. I hunt a vampire spawn called Astarion. I'm bound to bring him back to Baldur's Gate, alive. Though I cannot swear to his condition once my tribe are done with him. Is he known to you?
What does your tribe want with a creature like that?
My people were recently attacked in the night. Our camp set upon by a band of vampire spawn. In the chaos of battle, one of them stole away with our children. We've been searching for them ever since. We believe this Astarion knows exactly what happened that night and where to find our little ones. If captured, my people will make him talk. So I ask again, is he known to you?
Astarion better not be one of the Gur children. You can give up your hunt. Astarion's under my protection.
I see. Your loyalty is admirable, but misplaced. His kind have charm beyond our mortal means to resist. I can show you who he truly is, if you will just tell me where to find him.
I'm not going to help you find him. Back off.
Astarion has quite the friend in you. I'll make sure he knows that. At the end.
Yeah, well, hey, Astarion, I got something to tell you.
Yes?
Say, I met a monster hunter in the swamp. He was looking for you.
What? Who? What happened?
You're safe right now. Tell me why you have a hunter on your tail.
Why? Because Cazador sent him. Why else? Tell me about this hunter. He obviously wasn't a vampire. Was he dragonborn? An orc? Something ferocious, surely.
Hold on a moment. The hunter said you were a vampire spawn.
Well, of course he did. I'm hunting a poor innocent for money isn't exactly going to win sympathy, is it? No. I'm here to save you from a monstrous vampire. That's much more convincing.
And who is Cazador exactly?
Yes. You don't know. Cazador is a slaver in Baldur's Gate. He captured me a long time ago. Insisted I call him Master. I only escaped when the Mind Flayers snatched me away from him. I shouldn't be surprised Cazador was hunting me. He always was quite, obsessive.
Yeah, I'll say. He sent a kobold with a limp. It was terrifying.
A kobold? A kobold? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Cazador always had a twisted sense of humor. But why send anyone after me? I'm hardly a threat out here.
He wanted to capture you and bring you back to Baldur's Gate.
Maybe he wants to make an example of me, to show what happens to runaways. Or maybe he thinks death is too good for me.
Sounds like he won't let you go easily. Should I be concerned?
We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight.
I'll think about that. So once you've actually gotten Cazador's name from him, which you can miss by picking other options, the next time Astarion talks to you, that is the first problem. So we'll go and take care of this now.
I hope you're not here to ask about Cazador.
You said he kept you as a slave. Don't you think we should talk about that?
No, I don't. The past is dead, so I exhume it when we have a nice, bright future ahead of us. Assuming we don't turn into mind flayers, of course. That might put a bit of a damper on things. The point is, I'm looking forward, focusing on what's important for our future.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't say anything right now. I just wanted to see what you'd say. But you're right, we do have higher priorities.
Exactly. So, was there anything else?
For the sake of the video, we will go ahead and turn in Astarion, and don't get mad if I turned in your favorite husbando, or however you say that. We're going to load after this, but I want to show you what happens if you give up Astarion. Also, for the duration of this dialogue, we've turned him into a paladin, because I think it's funny.
You tracked me down again, my friend. Would that I had as much luck with the beast I'm hunting.
You're a monster hunter. I'm surprised. I thought all Gur were vagrant cutthroats.
Be nice, Astarion. Gandrel here has been looking for you.
What?
What?
It isn't possible.
You idiot! What have you done?
I've delivered a monster to a monster hunter.
You treacherous little worm.
A just choice. I thank you for your help. My people work to rid this world of evil. You are a friend to our cause.
It was my pleasure, really.
It's amazing you survived, traveling with a beast like that. I have a cage ready nearby. It will hold him when he wakes. I would have made a deal with the hag to find this. I'm very glad that I did not. Thank you, and safe travels.
I find few things delightful. Your surrender of Astarion is among them.
He's too dangerous to have around. We'd always be sleeping with one eye open. Just so you know, I have tried turning in Astarion, and then once he's on the shoulder of Gandrel, click the attack button, and it just plays out as if you just attacked him from the beginning. Let's go and load, and I'll show you the rare dialogue that I got. I'll be running this next dialogue one of two ways, and releasing one version as a mini episode.
You're a monster hunter. I'm surprised. I thought all Gur were vagrant cutthroats.
Pardon, but who or what is a Gur?
A mystical and dangerous people. We travel the land, never settling in one place. We steal your chickens, curse your crops, seduce your daughters. Your friend here has heard it all, I'm sure. I wish I had half the power settled folk think my people possess. Alas, I am a simple wanderer. A simple wanderer and monster hunter. But I'm no witch doctor or cutthroat.
I assume you want to kill the hag?
Or to make a deal with her. Probably think you can outfox the old dear.
Right, but very wrong. My prey is a vampire spawn, much less impressive than the beast that lives here. I fear he's gone to ground. I hope the hag of these lands can help me flush him out, if I can afford her blood price.
A vampire spawn? Why?
Everything all right?
Yes. Yes, fine. It's just specific. Why not kill the gnolls or goblins rampaging around here?
It is a sacred mission from the head of my tribe. She sent me here to capture the beast and return it to her.
Capture? And bring it where?
Baldur's Gate. My people wait for me there.
Under all the smiles, you can feel Astarion's tension. He's coiled like a spring, hand inching towards his weapon.
I've crossed paths with your people before, you know. It wasn't a good experience.
That bad, huh?
That bad. Let's go. We've wasted enough time talking. Need something?
You killed that monster hunter awful quickly.
I know. Wasn't it impressive?
That doesn't answer why.
Let me worry about the why. The Gur are duplicitous reprobates. Gods know what he was really after. He won't bother us anymore. Now I've made sure of it.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Gandrel. Hunter.
What are you hunting?
Vampire. Astarion.
You said Astarion's a vampire. What's your business with him?
Our children. He knows where they are.
Do you have anything of value?
Much. Nothing. You can spend.
And what brought you to this place?
Wise. Woman. Questions.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
And on his body, we have the Gandrel's aspiration. While he does have these arrows the first time around, that's probably just for him to use it on you. He won't even attack the Redcaps if they're in the area. He'll just sort of cower in fear as an NPC. I totally think that he should attack them if they are, like, right next to him, perhaps in speaking range. But anyways, these arrows are for him to use, but he would sell them to you. When you buy out his stuff, he only replenishes torches, so he's not really a worthwhile merchant. But yes, you can get Gandrel's aspiration. You can even command him to drop it if you don't want him to die. Take everything, and let's head on over to the Emerald Grove environs to continue our Kagha quest.
Moving in.
That is my cue letting me know that Gale is ready for his next meal. And before we close out this episode, we'll also go and add one more merchant to our list. I have tried jumping out of the arcane tower. It doesn't work. It won't let you.
Might as well. Right away. And these things have stayed interesting.
Knock, knock, Kagha.
Time to press ahead.
Why are you here? I sent you to Zevlor.
Yeah, that is true. But you know what else is true? You mean to take the grove for the Shadow Druids.
What?
That damn nose of yours has gone poking in our business.
Mistress Olladin, I can explain.
Shh. No need. It couldn't be helped.
Kagha! What is the meaning of this?
You think yourself quite the spy, don't you? Go on, tell him.
Forget it, Rat. You can explain it yourself.
You declined the honor. Very well. Alcin's always welcomed untouchables to your midst. Defiled the grove for the sake of harmony. We've come from Cloakwood to correct his mistakes.
Cloakwood? Shadow Druids? Kagha, have you lost your mind?
Olladin speaks truth. Do you disagree? Would you see this grove in ruin?
The choice is made. Kagha, burn the tainted away. Start with the snitch.
As you say, Olladin.
Let me see into your mind.
If you succeed in convincing Kagha, she joins your team temporarily, as well as the two druids near her, to fight the Shadow Druids. But we won't be doing that.
With the grove taken for Cloakwood, the Circle will see that I'm right. The Great Mother will guard us from all danger.
You seem intent on forcing me to take your life. So be it.
Oh, then come get it!
The two other druids in the room who aren't Shadow Druids, they'll join whatever side Kagha's on. Kagha's first move is typically Moonbeam. Before the patch, she would consistently Moonbeam herself, just for no reason at all, even if no one was near her. Let's see here, we have... Wanted to make sure I'm not hitting any of our allies. And my throwing spears typically hit more than one person at a time, so we'll try to angle it right between the two. Path is interrupted because there's a basket on top of them. How about that? It's so powerful it sent them splitting apart. Let's try to knock out her moonbeam. We'll try to kill Olladin before she uses her acid arrows. 35% chance. Excellent. That's annoying thing about fighting druids. They wild shape into something and then hit you. When they wild shape, it basically gives them an extra health bar. I don't think it really matters if I do it that way. I'll spend an action to get an action back. Oh, that would have been a waste even if it hit her, because she has 1 hit point left. The other one might be in the back area. Yeah, he's standing there. He's not really engaged in the battle right now. Let's not jump, take extra damage.
Easy.
The zombie spawned, but got slammed back by the falling javelin anyways. Now, I might hit my own zombie doing this as well, just for the 1 hit point. But if I were to take a shot, I guess it's only 5% less. All right, let's take the shot. I can shoot the sheep, but we're not going to right now. We're going to hold off on that.
Is bright on the hunt.
I thought I missed. I really need to remember to shoot before I enter close combat. We actually will make a save right here. And we won't turn into a zombie. I may not have a choice because this is an automated zombie. Yeah, she doesn't have it, so it's good. The reason why we don't want to turn her into a zombie is we can actually speak with the dead her.
It's Textura.
If it hits Tran, it's okay. So I'll tilt it a little bit more towards Tran. Now we can speak with the dead her, which means that we will need to swap to a different party member real quick.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Why did you ally with the Shadow Druids?
The power to protect my people. Sanctuary.
Sometimes I get this bug where you can only pick the number 1 in the dialogue option that is coming up from the menu. So this will probably be, how did you die?
Punished for protecting the grove.
What did you mean to accomplish in the grove?
Complete the rite of thorns. Safe from the coming storm.
Why bother with the tiefling girl?
Stole the idol. Needed for ritual. Choice and consequence.
And from where did you hail?
Born to the circle. Belonged to the circle.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
And to the circle you shall return.
To think Kagha had turned to the ways of shadow. Her corruption ran so deep. Yet for her to die like this, under the Tree Father's gaze, perhaps it is justice. If only justice soothed my heart. A grove drenched in blood is no sanctuary at all.
I mean, if you don't care about your grove anymore or anything like that, I could always kill you. But we'll leave you be for now because you sided with me. What we're going to do is we're going to flip back to the first take. Remember, this is like take 16 at the moment. We're going to flip back to the first take as we steal the idol of Silvanus.
How much farther can I go?
After stealing, you can immediately just open your map and click any of these buttons and you'll warp out. But we'll do this in a much more stylish fashion. Or at least attempt to do so.
This calls for careful footwork.
Right, now we're going to cast Dimension Door. Choose target to teleport. Okay, me. Apparently, I cannot pull the lever because the Dimension Door actually took my action. Fine. Not enough. Come on, game. All right, can I Misty Step to something else? How about up here? I guess I couldn't necessarily see it. Not enough space. Not enough space. My foot. All right, whatever. Exit turn-based mode, and we're just going to ride on out of here. Some of the druids are okay with what you've done. Some of them are a little upset. Even if you spared Kagha, they'd still be upset. Guess there's just no pleasing them. Typically, the alert for stolen things lasts as long as they are scripted to look for stuff. Once they're done looking around, then I can just walk around with them, holding the idol, and they won't care anymore. Having the other people not here makes it easier for me to steal because I'm not having to worry about people trailing behind me. The idol is interesting because, well, one, there is a quest associated for stealing it for one of the citizens, but most importantly, just having it around gives me the Silvanus' blessing, which gives me proficiency in nature and animal handling. Now, I don't really know much of a use for proficiency in nature and animal handling, but I will say that in the Underdark, there are some resources that you can get just by having nature checks.
Oh yeah.
You can see that they don't mind too much that our characters are running around. Because they don't know we actually took it. And, I mean, how would you know? Generally, there was a darkness, and then someone just dimension doored right out of there. So, the elevator should be a dead giveaway, I suppose. Sometimes. Again, that's totally unnecessary. You can just click on any of these buttons, such as Emerald Grove, and warp there. That's literally all you have to do once you start this. He's whining about food again. I cannot feed him the idol of Silvanus. The previous time we had to feed Gale, we arrived at the Goblin Center and met their trader for some extra goods. Deeper inside, just like with the Underdark, there was another thing we can do. We'll head inside and not talk to anybody, not interact with anybody just yet. We're saving that for later. There's dialogue here, but we'll go and skip that for now.
Bloody racket! Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Here's the Great Hall, I suppose we could call it. Then we have some merchants over here. While they are, we'll say, friendly associated with the goblins, they are a different faction entirely, and combat can result in that. However, fighting the goblins will generally pull them in. Fighting them generally does not pull in the goblins. Let's take a look at the rest of the goods. So these are because I'm level 5. But the Blooded Great Axe, when the wielder has 50% hit points or less, they deal an additional 1 to 4 slashing damage. Okay. Monster Slayer Glaive. Jump distance increased by 1.5 meters and deals 1d4 damage against monstrosity type foes. Gold Wormling Staff lets me cast the Firebolt Evocation cantrip. Woo! By the way, the +2 acid that shows up, that's just because he's wearing the ring that is normally on Astarion. Got some random scrolls, regular armor. That's really about it. I mean, there is new stuff, but that's really dependent on my level. So the Splint Armor is just basic armor for level 5. And if we make Astarion a female dwarf who's reduced in size by a spell.
You're a monster hunter. I'm surprised. I thought all Ger were vagrant cutthroats.
Be nice, Astarion.
What?
What?
It isn't possible.
You idiot! What have you done? You treacherous little worm.
I have a cage ready nearby. It will hold him when he wakes.
Let's try. Wow, I kept clicking on her, but the game wanted me to pick fire or cold shield. Okay, thanks, game. Thanks so much. Yeah, just default to something. I haven't quite decided what we'll do next, but I believe I'm going to feed Gale the herbalist gloves in the next camp conversation. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins Baldur's Gate 3. I'll see you next time.